Okay, hello dear friends, here I am back at Stanford University, and we are looking at the same painting that I have not yet finished from last time, because last time we were late, I was late, they closed. So first, let's just appreciate the harmonious color and soft, tender stroke, and very free and very tender feeling of this painting. There is not very much word you can use to describe a painting. You get a feeling, and in front of it you have your respect, you have your feeling, and you melt yourself into this painting. Let's take a look at the description. Wu Guanzhong, 1990 to 2010, village landscape. It was done in 1980, ink and color on paper. So this landscape painting, produced relatively early in Wu Guanzhong's celebrated career, differs. Are we in the right zone? Yeah. Differs from the artist's later, more abstract works that play with the effect of ink. His early interest in sketching real sights en plein air is reinforced by his use of a seal that reads Wu Guanzhong Sketches, 吴冠中写生. Wu first studied painting at the National Arts Academy in Hangzhou, and then traveled to Paris, where he became fascinated with Western paintings, especially post-impressionists and modernists art movement. His European experience are apparently in his use of Chinese brush and ink, welded as though he were painting a watercolor. So Wu Guanzhong, he was very good at painting when he was young, and he attended local school, and he attended local Chinese Art Institute in Hangzhou, in his own places, in his own province. And I think at 1937 or something, he made some exhibition, and he became quite accomplished and kind of prodigy in painting. He didn't say this word, and I will not use that word. He likes painting, he enjoyed painting, and he worked hard on painting. And it's just a natural thing he started to show, to brought him into that direction. And he participated a national art entrance, kind of entrance or permission examination, and he got scholarship, government full scholarship to study in France, École supérieure des beaux-arts à Paris. So it's Paris Superior Art, Fine Art Institute. And I went to that place, and there was a couple of years ago, I went to that school and did a summer study, and I was sitting in the courtyard of the institute, just thinking about all the big movement and all the big artists being there, especially Wu Guanzhong, one of my most admired artists. So he got first place all over China. He got the first place in in China, in the whole country, and was admitted to go to Paris to study. And he was studying under, I forgot his name, Sufferi or something, or some name, and studied with him about basic sketch, drawing, and oil painting. He was accomplished quite well. He attended a lot of exhibitions, and at his later years, he got one of the very rare French government Academy award for his accomplishments, which is very, very rare for foreigners to get this award. And so he studied oil painting, and he did very well. And after studying in Paris, he had a chance to, I think he got the chance to keep on developing himself in Paris or coming back to China. So he came back to China, which was in the Second World War period, and it was quite not a very good material condition and not very good economic condition, but the love for the country brought him back, and he started to teach, became a professor. And so in the 1950s until 1950s, 60s, which was the year when I was born, and 70s, he started to work, to bring in the new idea or the new trend in art making, that is plein air. So painting outdoor. China had it, but when he taught class, he was putting a lot of effort to promote it. And he brought his students to go to Huangshan, the very, very steep mountain, and paint a month or 2 months to get the real idea. And I remember he said he painted Yellow Mountain, and every time the Yellow Mountain is different. There is no end. He can paint. There is no end of new things just from the same place. And he was painting and trying to get the soul and spirit of that place. So in the 1960s, that was the Cultural Revolution period, and he was sent to the countryside, in Hebei countryside. My father was sent to countryside. A lot of intellectuals was sent to countryside to work, and it was debatable what is this, but at least he went to the countryside and to see real life. He worked very hard during daytime to farm the land, to take care of the pig and take care of the chicken, and do farm works like a real peasant and worker, a farmer. And whenever he had some chance, or in the evening he had chance, he painted with a wood board, a door or wood which he could find, and he put it on. He used the farmer's basket as his easel. So later on, it was famous, kind of a joke. It's a very sore joke or very bitter joke. It was the manure basket painting, 粪筐油画, but he did some wonderful work because he had real life farmer's life, and he had a real life and experience of what hard-working people experience. And he did very, very good on those oil paintings. And from 1970s, he started to have a change, that he started to go back to Chinese painting. And this painting is in 1980. So it's kind of his early age, early in his career, in his celebrated career, an early age of his developing into using Chinese painting, Chinese brush, Chinese paper to do painting. And of course he knows how to do it, but he was very much Western trained. And what we are seeing here is a new dimension of painting style. And this one is relatively new. It's not so abstract. There is a lot of poetry in this painting. And this is the south of China, his homeland. South of China is famous for little rivers and very light house. The house is white and the roof is black. It's see, you can see the black roof and white house, and it's very poetic, right? And spring has just arrived, and there is still dry branch, mostly dry branch, and with very light, that green color, and not too bright green, just very subtle and nuance green, and very tender green, and very humble green, bring this whole picture, this feeling of a feeling of soft, tender spring coming. And his strokes, still using Chinese painting stroke, but this one you can see he's quite free in his brush welding. And those trunks and brushes, those branches and trees, and shows his good and solid skill in Chinese painting. And in Chinese painting there is a particular aesthetic, that is, the tree branch should not be straight. We try to avoid using straight lines, and the twisted lines and the struggled lines looks so much beautiful and so much strength and so much twists and interest in it. Don't you think so? I think it's not only in Chinese painting, in any painting, but in Chinese painting is through one stroke. You use the brush, your hand manipulation, light or strong, to describe or to interpret this movement and change. So, there are people coming. I feel a little bit. Okay, let me try to continue with this one. So, this one is still quite realistic. It's if we say in Chinese painting, this is a 小写意 landscape, 小写意 山水小写意 小写意 is between 工笔 and spontaneous. This one is spontaneous. It's not. It's definitely not 工笔, not this delicate style. There is a lot of expression in it, and a lot of freedom, and a lot of personal poetry in it. Wu Guanzhong was also a prolific writer, except being a prolific artist, painter. He was also a prolific writer. Let's take a look at the seal. This time when I went to New York there was one speaker made a particular speech presentation explaining about Chinese painting. One thing he explained about the Chinese seals. So here, this painting, we do not see much seals, only 3 seals. There's one. There's another one. Another one. This painting does not have a lot of words, does not have a lot of seals. It's kind of a very casual and a practice style. I do not think he put too much attention. I mean, he put attention, but it's not. It does not look like a commissioned work. It does not look like a work that he did for another person, for another project. He's really expressing himself, maybe participating in an art competition or something, but other than that, it's really the artist's free expression. And there is no titles. Sometimes Chinese painting with titles so that you write a poetry. I do not know about his Chinese calligraphy. His calligraphy is pretty good, but I do not know how good it is. In Chinese painting, sometimes we combine calligraphy and painting. And if the calligraphy is not top level, people do not even write calligraphy. And this may be just a self-practice, so he didn't put calligraphy. So on this side, it is a seal style of 80年代. 8 is 8, 10 is 10, 年 is year, 代 is era. So this one is 1980s. This is a time seal. And this one, I kind of do not understand, but I guess this is one of his other name, seal. 相知, I do not understand. 吴冠中, Wu, and I do not understand. But this one, okay, I will not point my finger on it. There are 4 characters. The first one is Guan, his name. Second character, the long, like a long block one, long, like a long stone with a stroke in the center is Zhong. Guanzhong is his name. And then 2 characters on the bottom, 写生. 写 is right, 生 is real life. In Chinese, we call 写生 sketching, real life sketching. So 管中写生, that explains the title of this video, of this painting. So at this time, he was very much into practicing Chinese painting. And as he practiced Chinese painting, he started to do more and more. And at his later age, starting from 1970s, he started to combine Western painting with Chinese painting. Combine in the sense that use Western painting, the very oil painting, the realistic, the vivid color, the perspective, and the trueness, and the realistic perspective, and combine with the Chinese poetry, Chinese culture, Chinese tradition, and Chinese way of doing painting. This kind of the first expression. And later on, I will stop here and do another one. Great, everybody has left. This painting belongs to you and me, only us. I forgot where I stopped, but so at his later age, he started to combine Chinese painting and Western painting because he had a profound and such high achievement in oil painting. And oil painting becomes his second nature. His hand really express himself. If you do painting, you know, sometimes we have an idea. Our skill just does not allow us to express so freely or to that point. And getting to that stage of being able to express, it's such a nirvana carnation. So he was trying his very best to promote the combination of these two art forms, not just randomly or solidly combined, but using the Western perspective, using the oil painting skill and color, and Chinese traditional value, and how to express and making a new art form. I think I will put some link of his painting, his name. You can click on the link and find some more information about his painting and his painting style. And one of his very famous art theory, or his saying, is 笔墨等于零. 笔 is brush, 墨 is ink, 等于 equal to 零 0. So brush and ink is equal to 0. What does it mean? He was trying to be away and out of and on top of art form, that because Chinese painting was so much concentrated, so much focused on the bi. Here, the bi is not real brush, it's the manipulation of the brush, it's the control of the brush, it's the welding of the brush, and it is the expression of the brush. And more is the ink change and the ink control and the ink expression. And he was trying to get away from it and bring in something totally new and different. He got a lot of critique from the art society in China. He was quite strongly debated, and a lot of traditional artists did not like his idea, and actually he was quite debated, but his painting really brought out a totally new dimension. His painting is so much like abstract, and it's an abstract idea, a dream of color, of shape, but very vaguely you can see the essence and the element of Chinese painting. And now we say 中国元素, Chinese element. I think his painting really expresses it very well. Now let me try to find some painting from my cell phone so that you can see his later painting style, okay? And I love his painting. I love his courage. I loved his dedication. His painting sold for the most expensive in the art world, in Chinese live, contemporary, live, living artist. I think he sold for 3 million, 100 million, 2.3 million, around 100 million US dollar for one piece of painting. Around that price. But anyway, he could live a very comfortable life, but he never stopped painting. At his very old age, he still kept on painting and going out to do plein air, to do landscape sketching, and have his brush. He took his brush, his painting material, and painting outside. And he was really working. He was a dedicated person. And his painting, he has burned thousands, hundreds, I don't know, hundreds of his painting because it's imperfection. It could very well earn a lot of money, but he did not want to leave something that later on he could regret. It's kind of a Chinese, I think in any arts and crafts world, we only keep the best, and anything that is secondary will be destroyed. So he burned a lot of his painting and made sure that his painting, anyone, if he could find, and he can take control, he will make sure it is the right one. And well, his painting become quite a hot commodity in the art market. But what we are focused on, the real art essence, we will not be so much interested, and we will not talk too much about his financial or monetary value of it. A fascinating artist, and a great life. So I will go to a quiet place and take out my cell phone. We will take a look at some of his painting on cell phone so that you get an idea, okay? I do my best. Okay, this is the artist, Wu Guanzhong. Why it's not working? When he was young, must be. Let's find some picture when he was young. 胡贯中 young. Hu Guan Zhong. T-H-O-N-G. 胡贯中年轻 Okay, let's see when he was young. Image. When he was young. Cannot see clearly. Oh yeah, this one in Paris. Now we see some of his painting style. This might be What is happening? Okay. You have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.